Hey guys, welcome back. Today is all about morning routines, specifically how to create a morning routine that works for you for 2021. There are so many morning routine videos out there on the internet, and if you've ever tried your favorite YouTubers or content creator or uber successful millionaire that you admire, if you've tried any of their morning routines and felt like it never resonated with you or it just didn't work out with your schedule, that can feel pretty disappointing, and trust me, I've been there. The main message for this video is for you to understand that everyone is so unique to what they require to fill up their cup to have the best day ever, or to feel like they're going to have the best day ever and feel like they're starting off on the right foot. And my intention for this video is to help you navigate and find what is going to work for you using an uncomplicated 3-step approach that includes some thought-provoking questions and simple morning routine ideas to give you some inspiration. With that being said, if you enjoy videos around minimalism and intentional living, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below and give this video a like if you enjoy it. Now, let's get into creating your morning routine. The first step is to visualize. Just visualize what your perfect morning routine would look like if time wasn't an issue. Start from visualizing the time that you wake up to actually rolling out of bed and getting ready and getting started for your day. You start going through the same actions that you do every single day, and then what do you do after that? What is your idea of a perfect morning routine that you would just love to have? What I want you to do here is to create a list of 10 different habits or hobbies or whatever that you want to start to implement in 2021 for your morning routine. So as an example, maybe you are trying to be more mindful in 2021. Maybe you would want to start up meditating, you want to include journaling in your morning routine, or going for a walk. Or my favorite mindful activity to include in my morning routine is to drink a cup of coffee, or you can do a warm beverage of any sort or a glass of water and just be with yourself in the morning in silence. I mean, if you have kids, maybe this isn't as doable. Maybe you can get up earlier than normal, but just kind of find silence in your morning. Or maybe in 2021, you're really focused on personal growth and development and learning. So what you could potentially do is work on an online e-course or carving out time to learn a skill that you're very interested in. Reading a book that's skill-based or a personal development book can also be really helpful, or listening to personal development podcasts or YouTube channels. Or for me, for personal development, I really enjoy working on my YouTube channel in the morning. If you really love your job or your career and that's something that you want to work on, then I say there's nothing wrong with that, as long as it's something that is going to fill up your cup and make you feel motivated and inspired and fulfilled in the morning, rather than drained and tired and like you're overworking yourself. Or maybe in 2021 you want to focus more on self-care and wellness, then you can start working out in the mornings for 30 minutes or doing simple stretches even. Stretching for 10 minutes is really great for your body. You can also focus on skincare if that's something that you don't really enjoy doing but you want to include in your morning routine. One that I love to do is I always open my blinds first thing in the morning. This has been really uplifting for me and my mood. Another great one is to get some fresh air in your room, so opening the windows. I normally do this in the summertime when it's a little bit warmer. It's been pretty cold here, so opening the windows is a little bit harsh. Or maybe in 2021 you're trying to be a little bit more organized and keep your house tidy and clean. So what you can do is do a 10-minute tidy in the morning after you've already completed everything that you need to do to get ready, and you feel like, okay, now I'm gonna clean up so I can actually start my day. 10 minutes of just picking things up throughout your house, it makes such a difference to start the day off with a clean and tidy and organized home. And of course, make my bed every single morning. As soon as I'm done brushing my teeth and washing my face, I make my bed. Next up, after you have your huge list of 10 different things that you would want to include into your morning routine, I want you to then narrow down your list to only 5 things that you really want to be doing. If that is too hard, because I've been there and there are times where I just want to do everything on my list because I'm so passionate about it and I really want to be doing it, that's okay. I will talk about later in this video what you can do to make sure that you can have all of those things in your morning routines. Yes, it is okay to have several different morning routines, and we will go into that later in this video. The next step in creating a morning routine that works for you is to realize what you're currently doing, what your sleep schedule is, what your habits are, what do you want to break, what do you want to keep. Just basically checking in with yourself and being honest with yourself here. So the first question to ask yourself is, what is your current sleep schedule? Are you going to bed at 11 every single night? And is this because you are staying up watching TV? Is it because you're staying up working late? Is it because you are just scrolling on your phone and not really doing anything? Or is it because you're spending time with family? Or is it because you're constantly cleaning your house and you feel like you're always trying to get your stuff in order? Because if you're rolling out of bed just to start work every single morning, you're not giving yourself enough time to actually take the time to have a morning routine that really fills you up and makes you happy and ready to start the day. This is the foundation of actually being able to have a routine that you love. So this is where you need to start if you haven't already. You need to commit to yourself to start being strict about your sleep schedule. This is a lot easier said than done. I've been there with trying to be strict about my sleep schedule and just like falling back into old habits. This is so common. Do not tear yourself apart because you're doing this. It's okay. There are ways around it. You just have to really commit to yourself and be able to bounce back when you do slide out of your routine. But I do want to say, when you start sleeping in on the weekends and not really having a set schedule throughout the entire week, it can be really disruptive to your sleep patterns. At least for me, it's been really helpful to get up at the same time or around the same time every single morning, even on the weekends. And this just keeps it very consistent, and my natural alarm clock kind of gets me up around that time now too. One thing that I found really helpful is to set an alarm for 9:30 every single night to go off. That reminds me to start wrapping up whatever I'm doing and getting ready for bed. The next thing that I want you to ask yourself is roughly how long do you take on your fixed morning tasks? So this looks like getting out of bed, brushing your teeth, washing your face, eating breakfast, all the things that are normal for your daily routine. How long does it take you to get through that? Just get a rough estimate of how long that takes, what time you get up from the time that you work, how long do you need for your fixed morning activities. For me, altogether, it takes me about an hour. So that leaves me with, if I wake up at 6 a.m., an hour and a half, or if I wake up at 7 a.m., just about a half hour to have a morning routine with all my fun things. This is great to know. What can I actually include? How can I manage my time to include the things that I want to be doing in the morning? This gives you a realistic view of what activities you can include in your morning routine, and it also helps to kind of narrow down your list even further. I found that I'm able to include 1 to 2 things every single morning that's out of my normal activities. I found it very useful to switch out my morning routines every single day of the week to something different, so it keeps it fun and interesting, so I'm never feeling bored of a routine. As an example, maybe Mondays I feel like reading with my cup of coffee, but then on Tuesdays I'll journal with my cup of coffee. So I get to hit all of the items on my list throughout the day, and this is what I was talking about earlier, where if it's hard for you to narrow down your list, don't feel like you have to. Just create as many different versions of your morning routine as you can. I suggest only 5 different versions so that you have one for every single day of the work week, and then you're able to keep some of them the same. That's only if you really want to make progress with a specific routine or habit. This gives you the opportunity to create 5 different versions of your morning routine that you can choose from, thus allowing you to go through that entire list of 10 if you can get 2 of those activities in one day. But for those that only wrote a list of 5, also what you can do is create 3 different versions or 2 or whatever you want to do. Just create at least 1 more version of your morning routine that you can pull from. Step number 3 for creating a morning routine that you love and that works for you, that you can stick with finally, and that is to create your motivation and show up. Like I said earlier, it can be so easy to fall back into bad habits and bad routines that we're trying to let go of. Ultimately, if you want a morning routine that's as productive as possible, that allows you to do the things that you feel like you don't have enough time to do, in the beginning, it is so important to be self-disciplined, to commit to yourself, to show up for yourself, because the motivation will eventually dry out. And what helps to keep it sticking and to make it feel like second nature, to make yourself crave that habit or that morning routine, is to be consistent over a long period of time. Naturally, you will start to crave it, but for now, you just need to have the self-discipline. Also, what you can do is try to form your own motivation. And by that, you could have an open notebook by your alarm. If you're a snoozer, especially, this is really helpful. And to have a motivating message in your notebook written out by you, that is so helpful for you to read it as soon as you're about to snooze your alarm and to hopefully motivate you to get up instead. Or you can set your intentions the night before, plan your day the night before, and write down what you're most excited about for the next day. That can really help you to wake up in the morning, to jump out of bed ready to start. And most importantly, I want you to make sure that you're creating your morning routine for you, for activities that you wish you could be doing during the day that you feel like you don't have enough time to do. It can be as simple as going on a walk. It can be as simple as reading in the morning if you feel like you don't have enough time to read, but you have your favorite book that you're just dying to get through. Don't listen to what you see on your subscription page and trying to do all of these different things that people are recommending you to do. Most of the time, it's because they have the time to do all of those habits, all of those activities like meditating, working out, going to Pilates class, whatever, going and walking and getting coffee. Like, all those things take a lot of time. So really focus on what you want to do and what works with your schedule. That will help you to stay motivated and inspired and excited for your morning routine, versus possibly if you don't resonate with the habits that you're trying to form that other people are recommending you to do, then you could end up dreading getting up in the morning and just sleeping in and wasting time. I really hope that you enjoyed this video on how to create a morning routine that works for you in 2021. If you did, be sure to hit the like button down below. Also, feel welcome to let me know what some of your morning routine ideas are, or what you're currently doing as your morning routine. If you feel like you love it, give us some ideas. Maybe it'll help somebody else trying to figure out what they want to include. Be sure to subscribe if you enjoy videos around minimalism and intentional living. I cannot wait to see you guys next week.